The first letter came on a cold November morning, 1 month after Gregory's death. Marcus almost threw it out with the junk mail, but the envelope stopped him. His name was scrawled in Gregory's unmistakable, spidery handwriting. Marcus, you've been pretending everything is fine. But I see you. You can't escape what you did. Marcus's breath hitched. Gregory, his best friend, had died after their fight. A tragic accident, they said. He'd slipped near the cliffs outside his cabin. But Marcus never forgave himself for leaving Gregory alone that night. Shadows stretched long that evening, spilling into Marcus's mind. He barely slept, jumping at every creak, every whisper of wind through the apartment. The second letter arrived 2 weeks later. You've been looking over your shoulder, haven't you? That won't help. I'm always there, Marcus. This time, the letter described things only someone watching him could know. His pacing, the locks he checked twice, the blinds he kept half drawn. Shadows twisted in the corners of his vision, voices rose just below the edge of hearing. By the fourth letter, Marcus was unraveling. You left me, Marcus. You think I died in that fall, don't you? You're wrong. The words tugged at buried memories, the shouting, the slammed door, Gregory's hand gripping Marcus's arm. What if the fall wasn't an accident? What if Marcus had shoved him in a rage he could no longer recall? The latest letter ended with a command. Check the basement. You'll remember. Marcus's hands trembled as he opened the basement door. The smell of damp earth hit him as he descended. At the bottom, he found a small, taped-up box. Inside was Gregory's favorite watch, its cracked face frozen at the time of his death. That night, Marcus barely slept. He sat at his desk, tracing the edges of the letters. His mind clawed for answers until fragments of memory began to surface. The weight of a pen in his hand, ink staining his fingers, his own scrawl transforming into Gregory's handwriting. The final letter came 6 weeks later. It was crumpled and smeared, bearing a single, damning sentence. You've always known, Marcus. Memories rushed in, a flood of sleepless nights, writing words to himself, twisting guilt into Gregory's voice. He wasn't haunted by his friend. He had been haunting himself. The psychiatrist's notes later described his condition as a severe psychotic break precipitated by profound guilt. But no diagnosis could capture the torment that still lingered in Marcus's mind. Even in the sterile silence of the psychiatric ward, the voice remains. I didn't die because of you, Marcus, but I live in you. I'll always live in you. No matter how many pills they give him, Marcus knows the voice will never stop.